What is up, everybody? It is Wick here, and I'm going inside of a rummage sale right now. I got a lot of yard sales to hit, so going through this as fast as possible. Going to see what we can find to buy and sell on eBay. So we are looking for the goods. Never been to this church sale before, so I don't know exactly where they put stuff. Usually it helps repeat church sales when they put stuff in the same places. Over here, though, I see this Panasonic Sport Walkman. Those sell for pretty good money. There's some Staples floppy disk there. I think they were open. I'm pretty sure they were open anyway. So passed on those. I recently picked up a 100-pack of those Staples colored ones, and they sell for like $150 on Amazon. Even the smaller packs can be good money if they're sealed. It's all about being brand new sealed. So books, games, I'm just checking to make sure there's no, boxes of Nintendo games or anything special like that. I do not want to miss those. Toys, I'm just taking a quick look. You can see people's already grabbing stuff. That guy, oh, those are Hulk hands he has in his hand. At first it looked like, a He-Man thing. A little worried there. But over here I see some dolls, nothing I recognize as being valuable. So I'm like, is there electronics around here? I guess not. I don't see it. Like an electronics table, hats, clothing, all that kind of stuff I like to find. Here's a John Deere hat. It's not an older K Products one. It's one that's not worth a whole lot. It's in really bad shape. Same with the Cincinnati Reds hat. There's no good makers on it. I did find a really good $200 hat recently at a sale, so you'll be seeing that in a future video. But no good hats there today that I wanted to mess with anyway in that condition. Some boots down here, no name boots. Shirts. Is there any big stack of vintage band tees here? Unfortunately, not. One day it's going to happen, right? You go to enough sales, one day it will happen. I go to literally hundreds of sales every year, and you just can't expect things to just pop up, except right here. I've opened so many of these binders, hoping there's Pokemon cards, Magic cards, video games. I'm like, well, let's check it. Ready to put it back down. I'm like, whoa, there's a PS4 game in there and a bunch of game discs. I'm like, yeah, well, we'll take that. That goes in the bag. Turns out there's something very magical in there, something I've actually found before in the wild. So very nice pickup there. You just never know, and this is why I say open everything. It's like the rummage sale a few weeks ago. I opened just a box, brown box, and it was filled with Nintendo games, and it blew my mind because I've opened so many boxes, and in your mind, especially when you first start doing this, and I used to hunt video games exclusively back before I was reselling, and you would, every box you opened, you had this anticipation that there was going to be Nintendo games or something, and after opening about 1,000 boxes, you learned, there's probably not going to be Nintendo games in most boxes I open. So we're at a sale now, and you got this plush in the free box. It's kind of interesting. I Google Lensed it real quick. It was nothing special. Free, I could have just grabbed it, I guess. I would just end up donating. But I see a bunch of Lego sets in here, and it's got my attention. And I'm like, well, I got to look some of these up, check the prices. Some of them weren't priced. Some of them were too high. And there was actually some good toys. I picked up a bag of vintage Star Wars figures there for $5. Got some Harry Potter books, but here I'm just looking in the trash at this yard sale. There's a Wii Sports tucked in there, and it's got the disc in there and everything. So yeah, we picked that up. And there's also a very beat up combo unit. I think Magnavox, or maybe it was Sony. Another guy grabbed there real quick. But hey, look at this. Some Atari games. They had $40 on them. I ended up getting all those for $30. And you know what? We're back at this rummage sale because apparently I spliced this video wrong. So here's some more of that rummage sale. Yeah, there's this bunch of cufflinks here. And I'm like, hey, is any of this good? It's still early. It's not a lot of people, so, I want to check for gold. I can't really see that well to see if anything's stamped. What am I doing? Just put it in the bag, right? I ended up paying $2 for all of that. There's one of those pencil sharpeners, Royal ones. They can be okay on Amazon. I haven't picked them up in a while. It seemed like the prices dipped on those is why. Got some magazines, of course. There's some great magazines you can pick up out there worth quite a bit of money. Back over at the toys, I'm just checking to see if, I missed anything. I don't want to spend too much time again because there's a community sale happening in this area. I just wanted to go to the church rummage sale. Actually, I had a couple sales before the church rummage sale, and I wanted to get in line. I like to be in line early for these if possible. So, yeah, some games here, some plush, nothing special. So I'm just going to head on to the yard sales. Here's a yard sale I came across when I was driving by, and I'm like, hey, let's stop here, see if I can find anything. It looks interesting. Even when there's a sale with just a couple of tables outside, sometimes that's when you find the best things. You know, I've found Nintendo 64s and just all kinds of stuff. A lot of people just drive past these, but I think are always worth stopping at. And over here, I see this globe, and I'm like, hey, there's a globe. It's in pretty good condition. It's plastic. It's not like a glass one or anything old or antique. If I flip it over and I see it's made in Germany and I see the brand, I'm like, hey, I think this is worth picking up.
I'd say $5. That's brand new. It lights up. So what do you think? $5?
Okay, I'll do 5.
Yeah, it lights up the constellations on it.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, you can do the constellations or the map lit up. Or both, right?
Thank you. You don't have any video game stuff you're selling, do you?
Yeah, but it's not out. We already sold some.
Yeah,
But my husband's at work and all his stuff.
Oh.
Like,
we have,
you
like,
know.
my dad's old closet.
He'll bring it out this weekend. There's like 4 guys that's already. You're the 5th dude that's asked for stuff
Oh,
like that.
geez.
So I'm not taking cards. I'm not calling anybody. He'll
Okay.
bring it out when he brings it out.
All right.
Like an old Nintendo, a Sega console, and a PlayStation 1. So we'll get
Okay.
games and cards.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, they'll be out someday.
And that was the theme of today. Everyone's out looking for video games, it seems, and everyone gets to them before I do. See a lot of signs. There's a bunch of signs for Wii U games that somebody had already got to. Heard the lady, 4 or 5 people already asking. So we're going to keep going, though, see what else can be found. I'm at this sale, and looking at the dwarf there, it's not worth much. Actually, the whole 7 dwarf set sells for like $20. It's very low. You'd think they'd be worth more. Over here, I see something quite amazing. It's been about a year, maybe 2 years since I found one of these, but I know they're worth a lot of money. I've sold them before on Amazon. You can sell these for easily over $100. This Atmosphere game, it was only $1. There's a bunch of Department 56 stuff here, priced high. A lot of this looks like the stuff I recently picked up where I bought a huge lot of this for $75. That was in a recent video. A lot of this was priced like $10, $15, $25 a piece. Not enough money. A lot of these only sell for that much on eBay.
Alrighty. I don't know how much is on there.
Dollar.
Okay. Are you sure you got enough?
I think so.
Yeah, my son he loves those games. I'm like,
You don't have any video games, do you?
just sold them all.
Did you?
Yeah.
Every one of
What you have?
them. I bought some.
They were Xboxes like Walking Dead and
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Thank you.
15 of them.
Yeah,
I
15.
bought every one of them.
Yeah, so.
That's
sorry.
what I keep hearing. Everyone I ask. Well, you're the 4th person that's asked for games today, and I thought, well, I'm outclassed, I guess.
First thing we sold.
Yeah,
early.
some guy rolled up here early and I had a bunch of comic books and he bought all that stuff. So
Oh.
I'm like, all right.
It's just really hard to compete at yard sales unless you're there early. You know, the first few sales you hit when they're opening are going to be your sales for the day usually. You can always find stuff though. But here I am. I'm at some church, I guess. There's some signs that says sale open now. And I'm just kind of wandering in here hoping there's an actual sale happening. Looks like there is. So I'm just like, hey, yeah, it looks like a room here. It's got some stuff in it. And I come over here and I see a very beat up Woody. Poor guy. Sounds like he's in agony. Very painful. But I ended up buying it anyway. It was $1. I needed the hat and some of the accessories on it. So I bought that because I can sell the one I have that's working for about $30, $40, I believe. There's some like Little People stuff here. That whole box was $1. You know, I should have just bought it. I just sold a lot of Little People stuff like that. And I'm thinking in my head right now, I don't want this stuff again. I'm trying to move out a lot of this smaller stuff that's taking up space, not, you know, high profit items. So I just, in my mind, I just like, yeah, I'm not buying them today. You know what? Tomorrow I may buy some. Sometimes at sales, your mind just works randomly. So there's some electronics and stuff here that was cheap. A coat that was cheap. You got some Barbie dolls. I think that was only $1 a box. I just sold like 58, 60 Barbie dolls as well. In my mind, I'm like, I don't want any more Barbie dolls. I just got rid of all the ones I had. And they weren't great. Even at $1, didn't really have clothes or anything. So this church sale, I'm just checking. I have no idea how long this sale's been open or anything like that. Could have been open for 2 or 3 days. It may have just opened. I don't know. But I'm hoping to find something in here. However, there's just not much. Just some media, nothing good that I saw. Got a massager over here. Blank VHS tape, or maybe there's something pirated on there. I could have checked. Maybe it was some Nickelodeon stuff. Some of that stuff actually sells. Massager, I looked it up. I was like, maybe this one's good. No, it wasn't. But I did find some great stuff today. Let me show you everything I got. So I have some incredible stuff to go over today. Found some amazing things. I'm going to start down here in this tote though. I picked up all of these Time Life, the Old West leather-bound books. They are in amazing condition, almost mint, I would say. It's the whole set of 26. I ended up getting them all for $20. They wanted $1 a piece, and I ended up getting some yearbooks as well there for $0.25 a piece. But this set in this condition, I should be able to sell that for about $200 on eBay, so it's going to be some really good profit. The yearbooks here, I don't really know. I got like 5. I also got some military magazines that were like $0.25. Not really worth a whole lot. I just grabbed them. I didn't look them up or anything. But yeah, yearbooks can do okay, certain ones. It's just hard to say. I think it's mostly people who are just looking for their old yearbooks on eBay because they don't have theirs or whatever. So these are the type of things I'd probably price like $30, $40, something like that, and just kind of wait to see if someone buys them. I honestly hardly ever find yearbooks, so I know there's a lot of people out there that get them from estate sales and they do very well with them. But in this tote, there's definitely some great profit. Back up here, I got some Atari games. You can see it's $40 or make an offer. I definitely didn't want to pay $40, so I just went and offered $30, and the guy was like, sure. There's a lot of games here. And what's even more exciting is the case. You see this is filled with games completely. I think there's about 40 games there. So not that the games are worth a whole lot. Like honestly, I lot all these up. I'd probably sell them for 30 or 40 bucks, right? I don't know if there's any good ones in there. Not too familiar with Atari games. But some of these cases, there is a case a bit bigger than this. One of these wood grain ones that sold for about $75 that holds the Atari games. Even these cases, I think, do pretty well. This is the plastic ones here. Even got some manuals, but yeah, I picked it up. It's cool to see the Atari stuff. I'd rather it be Nintendo, of course. Super Nintendo, something like that, but I couldn't just leave them there at $30. So got a couple of cassette players, portable cassette players. Picked this one up at a rummage sale. It was only $1. This thing, if it works, it'll sell for about $50. This GE one, well, maybe this one's the $50 one. I don't remember exactly. One was about $40, one was about $50. So yeah, I'm hoping they work. Even at parts, I only paid $1 a piece for them, so there's money there. So between these two, should be some good profit. When the garage sells for 50 cents, I just grabbed this real quick on my way out. It's just a Super Bowl hat. Reebok, not a great hat, probably a $15 hat. But again, it was only 50 cents. I just kind of grabbed these on a whim because I thought they were cool. Just a box of power tool information. A lot of the old manuals for like farm equipment and some tools can do fairly well. I looked up some of these and I don't remember now which one. There was one that sold for $25. Some of these like old Sears Craftsman catalogs from like 1968. I think this one's from like 56. So pretty cool stuff. There's quite a bit of it in here. Based on the little bit I looked up, I'm just estimating low, at least $30 profit in there. At that same sale, I picked up some watches and they're nothing great. I just picked them up because they were so cheap. Good condition. They were $1. There's a Timex in there. I think maybe another Timex. I tried to look up a few of them. Basically, they're $20 watches at most. She said they worked. One needed a new battery, but I can lot these together. Somebody's going to pay me, I don't know, $30 or $40 for them. So definitely worth picking up at $1. So at another rummage sale I was at, I picked up some of these wrestling figures. There was a bunch of like women's clothing in the back and they were in a tote. I don't know what they were doing back there with the women's clothing, but I found them. I also found the Woody in the toy section and I bought it just for the hat and boots and stuff because I have one of the vintage ones that's missing the accessory, so he's even missing a finger. But yeah, he's in bad condition. He doesn't work, so he's just going to be thrown away. I just wanted the hat and stuff. For the one I have, I think they still sell for about $30 or $40, the vintage ones working. So pick that up for $1. I also got the Smurfs mixed in here. I picked up at a sale. I think they were like a quarter or 50 cents a piece. I picked them up. I could not see the bottom. Of course, my eyes aren't the greatest. I know some of the older Schleich ones are pretty good. These are not. Actually, I think they're from McDonald's when I looked them up. Yeah, they say McDonald's. I had no idea. Pretty nice figures for McDonald's figures. I don't think they're really worth much. But I ended up picking up some Legos at a sale. They had quite a few Legos for sale, but some of the prices on them were crazy. I picked up some of the lower dollar ones, hoping that they would be, you know, worth a little bit. And the guy told me he thought they were all complete. This Minecraft one was selling for about $30 used. The rest, not a whole bunch. I think I paid $5 for the Minecraft one, so there's some profit in those Legos. But right here, this is really cool. At the same sale, I grabbed this bag of Star Wars figures. I was looking in there and I said, whoa, one of these looks like it's actually an original. And I could see some of them were newer, so I just grabbed the whole bag at $5. I forgot I even purchased this. Did not even think about it. I just grabbed it, bought it. When I got home, I was digging through my stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, I bought this. Cool. Started looking at them, and there's some pretty good stuff in here. I would say more than half of them's original stuff from the 70s and 80s. There's even some accessories in there. Some of the, well, one of the Hoth Imperial Stormtroopers. It's got the gun in there. It's complete. I think they sell for about $40, $50 complete. There's some from like 2003 as well. And some of those, there's a C-3PO that was selling for about $20 from that time period. So it wasn't even an old one. I do have the original C-3PO in there, but I don't think it's worth a whole lot. You got like the original Yoda. But you know what? Based on the stuff I looked up and researched earlier, it's going to be at least $100 profit in this bag. At the rummage sale, I actually haven't even went through this. This case was pretty cool. It's nice. And there's a bunch of cufflinks in here, some other stuff. I don't think there's any gold or silver or anything like that. Again, I just kind of set it here and didn't go through it really. It mostly looks like cheap stuff, but you know, it was only like $2, so I just went and grabbed it. I'll have to do more research, and I'll put on the screen if I actually find anything that's very valuable. I picked up some wrestling shirts. We got this John Cena, very cool graphic shirt. I actually couldn't find this exact graphic, but some of the John Cena shirts from this time period, it's selling for about $50, $60. I paid 50 cents for these. Also got a 25th anniversary WrestleMania, which has a little bit of wash wear on it, but at 50 cents, I think it's worth a little bit. I don't think it's very rare. So good profit in these two wrestling shirts. Picked up a couple Wii Sports Games. One came out of a Wii lot. A guy had a Wii and some games he wanted $200 for. And I said, can I have this game? I'll give you $3. He said, okay. Sell these for on Amazon for about $30, $40 right now, complete. So good pickup there. And I got another one. And this one actually came out of the trash. I just happened to be looking in someone's trash at a yard sale. They had a bunch of stuff piled up there, and I saw the corner of it, and I'm like, hey, a complete, good condition Wii Sports. You know, I'll take it. Again, I'll sell it on Amazon for about $40. I get more money that way. They also sell great on eBay. We'll take it. Back here, I finally picked up a globe, a pretty decent one. At least the name brand's really good. Columbus Verlag. I'm not even sure exactly how you're supposed to pronounce it. It is German. I saw this at a sale. I flipped it over, and I saw what it was. I'm like, hey, you know what? It doesn't feel like it's that good a quality, but it's one of the ones made in Germany. It's a good brand, so I just picked it up. Some of the more older globes from that brand in Germany can sell upwards to $300. This one's more like a $40 globe. It lights up, and it has the constellations on it and stuff like that. If you can find the ones, you know, that still have like Berlin and that kind of stuff going on, you can get quite a bit of money for them. Paid $5 for it, so there's profit there. Oh, I also had this guy, which was part of the Lego and toys I got at that sale. Picked it up. I thought it was a Bionicle or something similar. Some of those can be worth quite a bit of money. This one's only worth about $15, so that's a part of that lot there. I also picked up these Harry Potter books. It's the whole set here. The first two, though, are paperback, which is unfortunate. However, I already have two hardcovers of the first two that I've picked up at other places. So I have a full hardcover set there. I even also got this Hogwarts Library set, which looked like it was worth about $15. Maybe I'll just lot it with the other ones and just up the price a little. It looks like they're still selling for about $75 for a hardcover set on eBay. It's been I don't know, half a year, maybe a year now since I've sold a hardcover set. Haven't found any really to complete the set. But the last 2 or 3 I sold, I think I sold for about $75 or $80. Again, media mail, shipping these, it doesn't cost much. So I guess I'll go over that last so I can show you the cool stuff that's inside. Just amazing. It blows my mind every time I find stuff like this. But here's something else I've bought before a few times and sold on Amazon, and I always sell them for over $100. Atmosphere, the DVD board game. This is in great condition. You can see it was only $1. Right now, it's on Amazon FBA, I think $150, $158. Might be a little high. This is something I'll probably send into Amazon, price at about $130, and it should sell. And you know what? I also have one of these incomplete right now. So if this is missing pieces, which based on the condition, I doubt it, I have another one 4 pieces. So almost certainly we'll have a complete set here, even if it's missing a couple pieces. I also picked up this game for $3, and it's pretty much worth nothing. It's brand new, sealed on eBay. You know, they're selling it look like for $5 or $6 plus shipping. I picked it up because I've sold this game before on Amazon, some version of it or something. And I remember getting like $80 for it new. So I'm like, oh, $3? Yeah, I'll pick that up. That's worth it. It's going to be at least, you know, $20. And nah, it's one of those things. It's just really not worth much. So I'm not sure what I'll do with it. Maybe donate it. So in this box, I was looking at stuff and I pulled out this camcorder and I saw it said $10. I'm like, I really don't want to buy that for 10. I was thinking in my head, and then the guy just said, hey, you can have that whole box for $5. I was like, oh, okay. He said the charger was in there for this, the battery, which it is, I confirmed. But when I looked a little bit more, I also saw this, and this is another thing I've sold in the past, used and new, and I've sold these for about $250 new on Amazon, and I've sold them used for over $100. So here's one used. It's got the paperwork. It's complete. It is one of these digital video enhancer and duplicators. Go DVD. So I'm going to be able to send that into Amazon and get some really good profit. The rest of this stuff, I'm mostly going to be either thrown away or donated. There is a VTech phone that might be worth like $25. Oh, there's also this Magic Jack in here. Magic Jack Plus, which pre-owned, these can sell for $20, even $25. And the camcorder, I think, was about a $60 to $70 camcorder. I don't even remember now. I looked it up. The rest of this stuff is like a shaver down there. And weather radio, I could honestly put on eBay for $10 plus shipping. It's an old Radio Shack one. It'd probably sell. So yeah, not bad. This whole box in the end for only paying $5, thanks to the camcorder and this Go DVD. It's going to be big profit. So you've been watching my videos. You hear me talk about a lot how you got to open things because you never know what's inside. And this happened a few weeks ago in a rummage sale video. I opened a box and it was filled with Nintendo games. I've opened bags before and found, you know, Game Gear games and stuff like that. And I saw this at the rummage sale and I said to myself, I need to open this. It could be filled with Pokemon cards or Magic cards. This is what I was thinking in my head. Usually you open them up and they're empty. 99% of the time. I've probably opened, you know, hundreds of these over the years. This one I just popped open and I saw a Grand Theft Auto 5 first for PS4, and I just kind of flipped through. I saw there's games in here. It looked really full, so I just went in the bag. I ended up paying $1 for all this, and I didn't expect there to be greatness in here. I thought, well, this is a great deal. There's definitely money to be made selling these disc-only games. You can see what we got here. I don't even know what Grand Theft Auto 5 sells, so probably not much. And what's weird about this is everything's kind of spread out. It's like somebody pulled out some games they wanted to keep and just donated the rest. You got like Resident Evil, Assassin's Creed, Xbox 360 games, even original Xbox here. Just one in this spot. You got like NBA 2K9. You got some like blank pages here. It's just so weird how everything's laid out. Wii Fit, you got a Wii U game, Pokken Tournament, Madden, of course, NBA, more Xbox stuff. There's the other Resident Evil disc over here. But if you keep going, eventually we're going to get to the really good stuff here. Well, this is pretty good. I think this is still a $20 game. I don't know what it would be for disc only. Got Harvest Moon here, PlayStation 2. I thought this was going to be worth a decent amount, but it turns out, I don't know, not a good Harvest Moon. Some Harvest Moon games are pretty good. Keep going. You can see you got more Xbox games. Keep flipping, keep flipping. This NBA Streets version 3 I think might be a rare game. I forgot to look that up for Xbox. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. But there it is. There's the rare stuff right here. And this is absolutely crazy. One of the most rare games on PlayStation 2. I found this game, what was it now? Probably about 3 years ago at a little estate sale in a DVD rack. I have a video on it. You can go check that out. Now, complete, this game sells for about like $250, $300. The disc alone should still sell for like 50 a piece, 100 a piece, something like that. So, you know, that's just crazy. They're actually pretty clean, in good condition as well. Yeah, it's just crazy that this stuff exists out there in the wild still. And that's why you got to open everything. Here's another Grand Theft Auto 4. So it's hard to really estimate the value of this binder, but I'm just going to estimate it on some of the better games in there. Obviously, the Xenosaga 3, just absolutely crazy. But there it is, everybody. That's the haul for today. Some amazing finds. I really want to thank you for going to the garage sales with me and looking at my haul. I'm going to ask you to do one more thing. Hit the like button for me on the way out. Subscribe, ring the bell, comment. I guess that's more than one thing, but I would appreciate it if you helped me out. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, flipping_junk. This has been Wick. Till next time.